Another critique, this is more personal rather than imminent critique I have of your proposal of get married earlier than you think. Like have children earlier. This is your advice to young people.
Yes.
I guess my own hesitancy towards that is, it's also easier because I'm a man and not a woman, is that being single offers a kind of personal exploration and a kind of ability to pivot that is difficult or that may be limited in a relationship. You had this wonderful line in your book that you said, only a child thinks that every limitation is a restriction on one's freedom. And my response to that would be, and only a fool would think that every restriction is an enhancement of freedom, right?
Yes.
So I'll give you a very practical one. I'm dating a very beautiful Catholic girl now. I'm still kind of seeking myself on my own religious convictions, and she's told me I will only marry a Catholic man. You know, and so if I were to marry her, like that one thing is an incredibly important part of my life that I am in all earnestness exploring, I would have to make a very strong commitment there. And that's just one example, right? Where you live, like the depending on the person, the political commitments. So is there nothing to be said about letting the individual blossom a bit before finding someone to be joined with?
No, there's nothing to be said for that, Jonathan.
Case closed.
Yes, now, let me put it this way. What you are as an individual is essentially described by your power to couple. And so I'm very skeptical about thinking that, well, I should develop for a while before I become a couple because that might constrict my development. It will definitely influence your development, but I can't see that development as a constriction.
Right. But surely you see, okay, let's start with...
If you married the wrong woman, it would be.
Right.
But you know what? You'll make yourself the right man by finding the right woman. The growth is mutual, and the growth is always a greater union as well.
I see, right. So the claim is not the extreme claim that any union will obviously accelerate the growth. It's that the best union will accelerate the growth than the best individual. That's the kind of claim.
Yes, I think so. But I don't want to emphasize the word best too much, right?
As if it's a marketplace.
That sounds like a blocking word, doesn't it?
I see.
Best. Well, yeah. So if one of your friends say, "Yeah, but is she the best one for you?" Oh, best. Ooh, well, man, she's good enough one for me, all right? And you grow into being married. See, one mistake I think sometimes happens with young women when you talk to them about men they're interested in is when they describe the ideal man, they pretty much describe a guy who's been married for 20 years and raised 3 children. Well, they're not going to start out like that, okay? But they'll grow into that, as you will grow into that too.
Right.
So I have more confidence in marriage as for most of us. Marriage is the context of moral pedagogy. That's where we will grow, and it will teach us to grow most directly and in the most focused way.
It's not slowing down, it's not settling down, it's speeding up, right?
No.
But sorry, conditional on finding the right person.
Yes, but there are a lot of right people.
Right.
This is why I want to push back on the best thing.
Yeah.
See, that sounds like an avoidance behavior to me.
Right. Like, is she really the best? Right, as an excuse almost. So let me ask you this. Obviously, right, we don't want to set the constraints too narrow, such that it has to be this, angel, like Galadriel or something like that for the Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
But we also don't want to set the constraints too wide, such that anyone we could see ourselves married with. This is empirically just not true. So I guess my question is, given that we aren't being married to the perfect wife or perfect husband who has had 20 years of experience, what should a young person look for when they are selecting someone with potential but not actuality?
Yeah.